Imagine ancient Rome. It's this period of just immense upheaval, right? Empires are being forged, leaders are rising, and it's not just about military might. There are these minds, these philosophers working behind the scenes, advising the powerful. And today, we're doing a deep dive into one of the most fascinating, though maybe less famous, of these figures, Athenodorus Cananites, a key Stoic philosopher. Our mission here is to really unpack how this Kingmaker, as some call him, advised the future Emperor Augustus Caesar. And more than that, what can his blend of, practical wisdom and deep philosophy teach us about things like leadership, resilience, staying calm under pressure? We're drawing heavily today from Ryan Holiday's great book, Lives of Stoics.
Yeah, and what's really striking from the get-go is how Stoicism itself had to adapt. I mean,
Yeah.
it started in democratic Athens, right? Open debate, citizen involvement.
Right.
And suddenly it finds itself advising emperors in this new autocratic Roman world. That adaptability is pretty incredible.
It really is. It feels almost contradictory, doesn't it? You have this philosophy from Athens flourishing in the Roman Republic with figures like Cato, and now it's advising the very people consolidating power. How did they square that circle, ideologically speaking?
Well, that's the crux of it. The Republic effectively died violently alongside people like Cato and Cicero. What rose was the empire, power centralizing around one person, the Caesar. Octavian, Caesar's nephew, was the start of this. Now, the Stoics, who remained, they didn't just retreat. They saw it, I think, as their duty. It's that core Stoic idea, maybe amor fati, accepting what is, and then acting virtuously within that reality. Their thinking was, okay, this is the new system, so our job is to guide it, to infuse it with virtue, to try and ensure stability and good governance, even under an emperor.
So they aim to shape the power, not just oppose it. And Athenodorus Cananites, he's the first major Stoic advisor to Octavian in this absolutely critical phase.
Exactly. Talk about being in the right place. He was from Tarsus, in what's now southeastern Turkey. A real intellectual hub, actually. Studied under the famous Posidonius in Rhodes, spent time in Athens. He even did some oceanographic study, apparently following his teacher's interest. And he wasn't isolated. He corresponded with Cicero, even provided research for Cicero's major work, On Duties.
So a serious intellectual heavyweight. And Ryan Holiday knows he wasn't even 30 when he connected with Octavian. Became his teacher and apparently a close friend, too, over in Apollonia, modern Albania.
Right. And then the big event. Caesar is murdered in 44 BC. Octavian, just 19, heads back to Rome as the heir. And Athenodorus goes with him, his task, essentially, to mold the mind of the future ruler of Rome.
Which raises the question, what was Octavian like as a student? Was he, receptive?
Well, the accounts say he was bright, definitely intelligent, but difficult. And deeply superstitious, which for a rational Stoic like Athenodorus must have been, well, pretty off-putting. Superstition wasn't exactly high on the list of Stoic virtues for a leader.
Okay, so how did Athenodorus handle that? This clash between Stoic reason and, well, maybe popular beliefs or fears?
This is where we see his teaching style and that famous Stoic calm come into play. There's this brilliant story, probably one he told Octavian, about a haunted house.
Ah, yes, the ghost story. So he rents this mansion in Athens, known for being haunted. Everyone avoids it. But Athenodorus, he just moves in, starts setting up his study, completely unfazed.
Totally unfazed. And then, sure enough, while he's writing late one night, this apparition appears. Chains rattling, the whole deal. Classic ghost.
And instead of freaking out, what does he do?
He literally just glances up, motions for the ghost to sort of, oh, wait a minute, and goes back to his writing.
That takes some serious composure, just incredible self-control.
Right. Finishes what he's doing, then gets up, follows the ghost out to the courtyard where it disappears. He marks the spot. Doesn't investigate further right then. Just tidies his desk, goes to bed.
Amazing. And the next day?
The next morning, he gets the authorities, has them dig where he marked, and they find human bones bound in chains, ancient remains. He arranges for a proper public burial with all the rites. And after that, the ghost was never seen again.
Wow. So the lesson for Octavian wasn't necessarily about whether ghosts are real or not.
Exactly. The point is, always keep your head. Confront the scary things, the unknowns, with reason and courage. Don't let irrational fears, superstitions, or even, apparent supernatural events dictate your actions. You have to be in charge of your response. It's pure Stoic practice, focusing on what you can control, which is your judgment and your actions.
That's such a powerful metaphor for leadership, isn't it? Facing crises, uncertainty. But okay, beyond just telling stories, what core virtues was Athenodorus trying to instill in this future emperor?
Well, temperance, wisdom, and diligence were absolutely key. He talked about spouse, which is this idea of zealous effort. It's not just working hard. It's like this intense, focused, wise effort needed to really navigate life and, well, thrive.
He had some incredible sayings too, like, you will know you've been freed from all desires when you've reached the place where you will pray to God for nothing but things you'd ask for openly.
That's a profound one. Or, how about live among men as if God were watching and speak with God as if men were listening? That speaks volumes about integrity, private and public.
Absolutely. It's about consistency of character. But it wasn't all just intense effort and high principle, was it? Didn't he also talk about balance?
Oh, definitely. Tranquility was huge for him, especially for a leader. He stressed that you had to balance the hard work, the public duties, the political stress with retreat, time for yourself, time with friends, stepping away from the grind.
He used examples, right? Like Socrates playing with children.
Exactly. He'd point out that even the wisest need downtime. Play, leisure, they aren't frivolous, they replenish the mind. Without that balance, the mind could break under pressure or, fall into vices, distractions. It's about mental resilience, preventing burnout.
Which sounds incredibly relevant today, not just for emperors. And he applied this practically.
Yes, there's an account of him advising Octavian's sister, Octavia, after she lost her son tragically. His advice wasn't just sympathy, it was practical. Keep busy, engage with constructive matters, don't let grief completely overwhelm you into inaction or despair.
So using action as an antidote, in a way. Interesting.
Right, it all ties into this core Stoic concept of euthymia, which isn't just fleeting happiness, it's deeper. It's well-being of the soul, tranquility, a kind of settled inner state. For Athenodorus, achieving and maintaining euthymia, especially through this balance of effort and leisure, was crucial advice for anyone, but especially for a king. Your inner state affects everything.
Makes perfect sense. So Athenodorus spends years shaping Augustus. Eventually, though, he wants to go home.
Yeah, he gets older, feels his work is largely done, and asks Augustus to relieve him of his duties so he can return to Tarsus. But before leaving, he gives Augustus one last piece of advice, something really practical. It's often called the alphabet rule.
Okay, what was it?
Simple, but profound. Whenever you feel yourself getting angry, Caesar, don't say or do anything until you've repeated the 24 letters of the alphabet to yourself.
Huh. Just recite the alphabet.
Yeah, it sounds almost childishly simple, right? But think about it. What does it do? It forces a pause. It creates that tiny gap between the anger and the reaction. A moment for reason to step in. Invaluable for anyone, but absolutely critical for someone holding supreme power. One rash decision could be catastrophic.
And Augustus, how did he take it?
He got it immediately. He apparently begged Athenodorus, I still need your presence here, and asked him to stay just one more year. And Athenodorus, being the dedicated Stoic he was, duty-bound to serve the state and his people, agreed. He stayed.
One final year. Then what?
Then, around 15 BC, he finally returned to Tarsus. But he didn't just retire quietly. He actually got involved in local politics, applying all those principles he taught Augustus to clean up some corruption and mismanagement left by previous leaders. He led by example right to the end.
What a life arc. From advisor to leader in his own right.
Absolutely. He lived to be 82, a long life of training, teaching, and service. And the people of Tarsus apparently revered him. After he died, they established an annual public festival in his honor. That really speaks to the impact he had, living out his philosophy.
So summing it all up, Athenodorus' influence was immense. Rational thinking, controlling emotions, finding balance, serving the public good. These weren't just abstract ideas. He actively shaped Augustus, one of history's most significant figures, using these Stoic tools.
Exactly. He showed how these principles could work at the highest levels, under the most intense pressure imaginable.
And the takeaway for us listening today is that these tools aren't just for emperors or ancient philosophers. They're timeless. Think about it in your own life. Dealing with pressure at work, managing difficult emotions, finding that balance between pushing hard and taking care of yourself, trying to act ethically. These Stoic ideas are incredibly relevant. So maybe the final thought to leave you with is this. In our own world, often chaotic, full of information overload and uncertainty, what's one lesson, just one thing, from Athenodorus Cananites that you could try to integrate into your daily life, starting today, to bring a bit more calm or clarity, or maybe just a little more control?